Hi, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the ParaChills channel. Now, as the title states, yes, this is the very last ParaChills video that you will see. But it is not the last time that you will see me or anybody else that has been related with ParaChills. We're rebranding. We're changing the company around. We're going to start fresh, brand new aspect, brand new face. Still the same people that you love and that you cherish. But with that, it has been a long time since we have been together. I hope every single one of you have been doing well. I look forward to going on this new adventure with this new rebrand. And I hope you guys will come along with us because let me tell you what, it has been a crazy ride, an absolute insane, crazy ride throughout these years. A lot of good times. Unfortunately, there's been some bad times. And I hate to say it, but the last video of ParaChills does have to revolve around some of the bad times. And with this situation, the reason why I'm here today, I didn't want to do this video. I have reached out to certain individuals to talk one-on-one, mano-a-mano, to clear up some air. Because a lot of old drama has come back with some individuals finding out that we are rebranding the company and that we are going to be coming back full force. Now, with that, they kind of summoned us in a sense. In no way have we in the affiliation of being ParaChills or our new company have done anything on social media or anything to reach out to these individuals in the past couple of years. We've let them alone and we've done our thing and we let them do their thing. But a few days ago, 9 days ago to be exact, a certain video came to my attention. I'm not too much of a fan of it. And it is which kind of sparked this rekindling, if you will, because I'm not a fan of people trying to run other people through the dirt. I'm also not a fan of misinformation being construed apart. Now, in this video, I'm going to be playing some clips from it, and I will also be providing screenshots of my comments on the situation. Now, we're going to kind of start on the most recent aspect of things, in which, well, you know what? No, it's too much of a time jump. Let's start at the beginning. So that way we don't have to go back and forth together. We can just go on this journey together. So where I'm going to start with this is a video that was posted 9 days ago from these two individuals. Now, if you know us in ParaChills, you'll know exactly who these two individuals are, but I'm not going to recap exactly what started this drama to begin with because that is old news. We're going to focus on the here and the now. So let me go ahead and I will play that clip for you and we'll just go on it. I'll give my views on the matter, tell my side of the story onto this situation because the other parties, as you'll see later in the video, have refused to speak to me personally. So let's get into it and go into here and show you exactly what I'm talking about. The video will speak for itself.
I mean, let's face it, I've been stalked online by crazed lunatics, and so have you.
Yeah, no. If an ugly ass motherfucker like you could get stalkers,
I'm the Sean Connery of YouTube.
the Sean
What?
Connery of YouTube. Sean Connery probably doesn't even know how to work YouTube.
Sean Connery's been dead for a while, you know that, didn't you?
Well, exactly. Proves my point.
Hey Louise, good to see you in the chat. But honestly, but that's the thing. We're going to be talking about stalking on tonight. When I mean, it's happened to. Remember when it first happened to us? Remember when we left the dreaded P place?
Oh, the dreaded P place.
Oh
God.
bugger it! I'm just going to name it. ParaChills. When I left ParaChills, oh my god, I was stalked.
All right, so we're going to pause it real quick right there. So that way I'm going to speak a little bit onto this. All right. So this is a situation where they left ParaChills. All right. They left the company. All right. And at that standpoint, when they left the company, they didn't leave on the best of terms with us. And a lot of things transpired up to that. And when they left the company, or even before they left the company, I wasn't very happy with them as a whole. Um, as a lot of you guys know, I am the chief operating officer of ParaChills, and I will continue to be the chief operating officer of the new company. What that entails is basically I manage all our day-to-day stuff. I manage all of our content production onto it. So a lot of the live shows that you've seen on ParaChill's side of things are all produced by me. I was the one who was running the tech. I was getting the shows up and going. All the ideas and getting the guests and everything onto it really kind of fell onto me and promoting all of that stuff. Now, granted, we gave these two a live show. All right. Starting out, they did really good. All right. Then they started to get a little bit entitled with their situation. They're got a little bit bigger for the britches there. But with that being said, they decided to create their own channel, which is perfectly fine. Good on you. Go for it. Now, a big problem that I had is before they left, they did a live show, and which I hated to do because I had to delete that video during that time because they had an amazing guest onto it, and he's absolutely fantastic. I still follow him on Instagram. He's still fantastic. I follow him on YouTube. Absolutely gold gem onto it. But during that show, they decided to promote their new show without even telling me. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like to be blindsided like that because, in that standpoint, there we could have done it a better way. Instead of going on our company's channel and using us to promote yourself, you're basically stealing viewers from us in that standpoint, and that's not cool. So that's where kind of all that turmoil started to happen. Now, granted, as things moved on, they didn't get too happy with some certain things that unfolded. And due to the situation, onto it to protect families, I withheld information from people at the request of a family. And that's respectful. Honestly, the situation that happened was really none of anybody's business. So, to stop drama or anything like that, we just left it alone. Basically said, it's need to know basis. And right now, you guys don't need to know. With that, they didn't take too kindly. So they left. And when they left, they decided to post on social media and create videos on that. And because they created videos that were attacking families, they were bringing families into it, they were bringing certain situations into it, we had to make a response video. We had to tell our side of the story because you should never only hear one side of a story. You should always hear both. And then you can make your decision up from there. That's on you. It's not my job to change your mind. Hopefully I can provide facts enough that will change your mind from one point of view, but you should always have both sides of the story, and then you can choose that side. And that's how it should always be. So we did that. We told our side of the story. Now, granted, in that time frame, emotions were high. I will say during that live that we did and that we called them out on their crap, I got intense. Granted, after that show, I posted an apology on Twitter for how I reacted onto it. because my emotions were high. Now, after that was said, we were done. We haven't talked to them in ages. But let's go ahead and let the video continue here, and you guys can kind of take a peek at that.
Oh, we both were, man.
Yeah,
But they
by
were
two
less
crazed individuals.
two crazy individuals led the charge. But this also that also kind of proved the point. So the official clinical term, I guess you could call it, is parasocial interaction. And this is
Yeah.
not exactly something that you hear a lot of people talking about until it's too late, until something's gone down.
All right, so we're going to stop it there. That's pretty much the end of that side of things. There's really no point in really continuing onto that clip with it, because it kind of gets a little bit outlandish. And I want to point out here, because I am very much a factual person in any aspect of it. I don't like to spread any misinformation. So basically, what didn't sit right with me is that the president and I, so Danielle and myself, were just called crazed stalkers because we made one response video to their videos that they made. And rightfully so, that we did. But leading up to this point, we have done nothing to provoke them. We have done nothing to antagonize them in any way, shape, or form, publicly or privately. So why attack us now? Why come out of the blue and bring us back into the mix? Because here I am. I mean, you know, you start something and it gets drawn to my attention, I'm going to do it. But I will say is what Mr. Dakota said there is that it was a parasocial interaction. No, sir. Parasocial interaction is when somebody forms a relationship with somebody that is a internet persona or of any type of persona, of a celebrity status, and they develop this relationship with this person and the other person has no idea about it. Basically, case in point, a lot of Twitch streamers go through this, in which their fans will develop this relationship with them and basically saying, like, I love you, or we're best friends, or basically act like they're best friends. And they get upset when this person doesn't acknowledge them. And it can get to an obsessive state. This interaction is not parasocial in any standpoint. Sorry, we knew each other beforehand. We've known each other face to face pretty much through the power of the internet. We have conversed, we have talked, we have exchanged text messages together. This is not parasocial. You know me, I know you. That's just how that is. Now, moving forward, after this video has come across my table, I did a little bit more digging. And through that, we didn't respond to any of those little shots there, not from 9 days ago, not one bit. But I did reach out to them during that time, like after I started to see that they were just taking shots to them. Now, I'm going to show you here is that some screenshots that I took of me reaching out to them. So first, I reached out to them on their Facebook, or no, on Facebook, my apologies, on their YouTube, on one of their channels. And I said, let me know when you want to talk so that we can straighten some things out. Just want to make sure that we're all on the same page here. Is it enough? Nothing. I completely blocked. Yeah, no response whatsoever to me. Other people, somebody else got a response, but that's not my story to tell. This is my issues, not the other person's. This is what I have a problem with. Now, granted, with that, I started watching some more of their videos. And here's my standpoint on a lot of things is we're going to play a video. And now, granted, I got a little bit cheeky here. You're right. A little bit undercover. You're right. Switch my things over because if I showed up on my main, they would know exactly who I am. So can't interact with somebody who already doesn't like you and things. Now, I'm going to tell you, starting out, wasn't mean. It's kind of respectful. Kind of. But with that being said, is the next clip that we're going to look at is basically how these guys interact when you don't go with what they say. I am very much a individual who is, I want facts. Give me proof. Show me proof. If you can show me proof, then I'll maybe change my mind on something. But these are two individuals who like to spout information that should be a theory, but they spout it as facts. And it's very delusional. Now, I will say I didn't put it into this clip. This next video, what basically kind of set me off onto it is that there was a comment made that the sun is a sentient being. All right, where's your proof on that, there, big guys? Because as far as I know, the facts state that the sun is just a giant ball of gas, supernova, a star, not sentient. Right? Doesn't have feelings. But so in this next clip, I called him out on it, and basically just told him that their channel should be a parody because they're spouting facts and it's not legit. And so we're going to show you exactly how they respond to people who question.
They want to.
That was the wrong video.
The economies were great. Everything was hunky dory kind of thing. Aye, we had some wee skirmishes here, there, and everywhere. But this generation, oh my.
Want to be able to integrate with us. They'll be able to help us. They can. But here's the thing. We all know somebody.
Okay, so right here is where they saw my comment that I made. And I'm going to put it up on screen here so that way you can see it as well. All right. So basically, when it did undercover, it basically said, don't know why this showed up to me. You guys should advertise yourself as a parody. You're providing no proof, but speaking like it's facts. And it's like, also, the sun is not alive. It's a ball of gas. So this is how they responded to it.
Correct all of the evil in the world. Mm-hmm. You have all these people that are focusing on the idea of ETs coming down and giving us all this technology. Now, granted, they want to be able to help us out. Yeah. But in a lot of ways, they're like the Jane Goodalls of the galaxy.
I think people need to start doing stuff. I mean, everybody thinks, oh, the aliens are coming to save us. They maybe are coming to save us, but they're not going to help us until we start helping ourselves.
Exactly.
Until we start stopping wars and stop polluting and just stopping hatred. And then one day they'll probably arrive.
Yeah, so kind of forgot to mention that they go off on side tangents a lot here. They don't ever stay on track on anything. Not concisive whatsoever on any aspect.
No, they want to come down. They want to come see us. They want to be able to integrate with us. They'll be able to help us. They can. But here's the thing. We all know somebody.
All right, so here's where they see my comment.
Yeah.
And no, this comment was deleted.
We got a twirl. We got a little twirl. Oh, anyway. I don't know why you felt the need to talk to yourself when you could have easily just skipped, you dumb fuck.
It's all right, trolls. It's maybe an AI generated troll. Can't I mean?
Yeah.
Or it's just an idiot.
All right, so that right there is how they respond to somebody questioning their beliefs and their ideals into it. They had every opportunity to open this up for conversation. All right, let's start a debate. All right, let's let's create an opportunity to maybe build off of each other. I could have learned from them, they could have learned from me. Could have been a situation, but no. Instead, they attacked, and that's what they do, is they just attack. If you don't go by what they say, then that's how you get responded. You get called a troll, and then basically just to tell you to what he just said, f off. And basically that's not cool. That was a missed opportunity on your part, because at this point they had no idea it was me in this situation. So maybe guys learn from this and start creating more of an open dialogue with your audience, even though they don't share your same views. This is what this community has always been about, is creating a conversation, right? It's everything now has just come up to interpretation, right? Everybody has their own views, everybody has their own theories. And the big thing is that this community is based around a lot of theories, right? Now, if you have facts to back some things up, theories end up becoming facts. All right. You have things to back it up. This is what works. This is what doesn't work, But when you're just spouting things out without providing anything to back up your claims, and it's just you saying it, I'm sorry, you're not credible, right? Sorry, random person doesn't know you from, anybody else, all right? You're nothing to them, all right? A lot of us are trying to build this community back to being more scientific. And then we have these guys out there that are ruining it, And I said it in our Twitter little thing that we did the other day, is that everybody believes nowadays exactly what the internet says. Nobody fact checks anymore. They just believe what they hear, and all it takes is just one person to believe you, and it trickles down from there. And that's not cool. All right? Like, come on. Like, there's work to build this thing back to what it is, but you guys just showed your true colors just in that. You guys are kind of dicks. And you guys think you're better than everybody, and you're not. We're all the same here. We're all trying to achieve the same thing. Just you think that you're better. Let's continue more, and I'll show you a little bit more exactly how they treat people there.
I find myself it's I'm still got an hour before the 1st of April, so yeah, it's Panda Boys or whatever you're called. You're probably just an idiot.
See right there, he just attacked me and called me an idiot because of my standpoint on things. It's my opinion. Don't have to call me an idiot for that. Don't have to call anybody an idiot for that. That's not cool. That's not right.
There you go.
Yeah. But again, going back to what I was saying, well, actually, this person just provided a very good point. We all know somebody who has had several things in life just handed to them. They think it's just going to go their way. They're going to be able to talk how they want to everybody else because somebody's going to come in and intervene and protect them, give them everything they want. Look what happens with these individuals. They don't grow as human beings. They are always in some kind of trouble. They resort to using faceless social media accounts to try to harass people who they'll never know and who can't. Yeah. I think Mike Tyson said it best. The internet has made people more accustomed to not being punched in the face.
The internet's. I'm going to say this to and I don't care about.
Yeah, we're going to stop that right there. This is real quick. Because again, all right, one, why would you assume that? Why would you assume that this individual behind that had everything handed to them because they went against you in this situation. And they said this: never assume anybody's life. And we'll say that is that never assume that you know somebody just because of what they say. You don't know the life that anybody has led, right? I don't know what you've gone through. You don't know what I've gone through, right? We've all gone through things, right? Don't assume that just because I disagreed with you, that I've had everything handed to me in life. Like, it's completely insane. Like, it is absolutely, all pun intended with this, bonkers. Absolutely. All right. You guys' name fits because you're out there. You're insane because this is not cool. It's not cool. None at all. None whatsoever. This is, oh, come on. Do better.
You really say the internet's made humans softer. Let's look at it in this sense, right? With World War,
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. I'm sorry. We're going to go back. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much the end of what they've had to say on that side before they go off on another tangent out of left field. But with that, it's the Mike Tyson quote for me. It honestly is. It's the Mike Tyson quote for me. It's saying that, internet has made people forget what it's like to be punched in the face. Granted, that may be true, but why would you say that to somebody like me? Why would you say that to a complete stranger? All right, just because I went against your grain, you want to punch me in the face? Think, come on. All right. And then as that goes on, the other one there, Mules, he starts to go on to say basically the generation today is weak and that the internet has made us weak. All right. You guys got something to prove there? Got something overcompensating for something? You gotta be tough guys. All right. I'll be the first to say I'm not the toughest guy out there. All right. Rather use my brains. I'd rather be able to talk to you before having to throw blows at you. He said, I'd rather sit down and have a conversation with somebody compared to going off. Now, as the video goes on, all right, I made another comment onto it. Now, basically, what this says is that somebody needs to call people out for when they start spreading misinformation, you know, and kind of hit them like one of the reasons why this community has gone from being scientific to being more of an art form. And yeah, it's pretty much my standpoint on it. Now, with that, this was their response to that situation.
the younger generation I'm talking about, we're all right. You're still all right in your age group and that to go a bit. The ones after you they're just downright idiots. You're just downright idiots, and I don't care what you think about that. I mean, I've seen some utter madness coming out, and this is the generation that's going to take over soon, and they'll expect AI robots to do everything for them. You ever seen the film? Was it the animated film? Was it Wall-E? Where all the humans I'm sorry to say this. There's some of yous that are actually really intelligent and are actually really good at what you do, but then there's some of yous that are complete and utter morons. I mean, they just don't care. They're on that TikTok. There you go. Got TikTok again. And you should see some of the younger generation. They think spending 24 hours building something out of thing with a stupid face and making money on it, that's a great thing. Right? And this is the people that's running this world. Look at the person there in the chat there that we've got, the idiot.
Yeah, they're still trying to go. It's kind of like how we were talking about with a certain situation you had on your hands. We reacted. Now they're going to try to get us riled up even more. because they have nothing better to do with their lives.
I actually think that's one of your trolls, actually. So,
Probably.
All right, we have an ace detective in the field. You know, we're about 20 minutes into this this live show here. Before they started to kind of connect the dots that it may be somebody from past endeavors. All right, so finally about 20 minutes in, Master Sleuth that out there. But it is absolutely insane. It's just how much they want to attack. And yeah, I do got better things to do with my life than to call you guys out on your crap. You know, like I said, I've been working on a rebrand, doing a lot of other projects. Right. I got my hands in a lot of things right now that are going pretty well. Right. So make my money some way. So, but they just continue on moving forward into this, and this is the best part here, in my opinion.
goodbye, little. Like, go in the. Is that the. It's in the.
It's like,
What do you call it? The
Do you know which account that one's?
Fenderson files.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I don't have them, though. I've not got a thing in my bobber, so I can't really do that.
All right. Yeah, we got too many things going, but oh well. They're just
Goodbye, little troll. Goodbye.
Right. So they say goodbye to me. Right. At that point, I have expected to be banned off of this live show. I was not. That was their mistake. They probably banned it the wrong person, but nah. But here's also my thing here as a business standpoint onto it is they made the comment of saying they have too many things. Yes, you guys have way too many things. You guys are airing yourself on way too many platforms at one time. I will say this now. There is a reason why we stopped doing live shows on ParaChills. They weren't working. All right. It was a big thing. They weren't working. All right. Too much chaos, not enough control onto it. Which is why, as we started our new channel to refresh, everything that we did was pre recorded. I pre record everything now. So a lot more control into that situation. But also, these guys are basically shoving themselves in everybody's face. Right? They go live on, like when they do these lives, they're live on Twitter, they're live on YouTube, they're live on this, they're live on that, they're everywhere. It's over here, over there, right? That's not how you do it. All right. You got to pick one. All right. And honestly, your best option has always and will always be YouTube. You want to build your platform? Post all your videos onto YouTube, re-record them, and then post them. I'm giving you guys free advice here. You know, I'm hoping that you guys see this video. Yeah, fingers crossed that you guys are crazy stalking us as well. But here's the thing: is when you do something, you pick one platform, and then you build up to things, and then you see what other platforms may be working for you. The best thing is any aspect is pre-record your videos. Get yourself a nice little bank going on. You know, record a couple videos, you know, in a day or in a span of like, you know, a few days. Get them edited, get them recorded. Go to your TikTok. If you have a decent following on TikTok, go to your TikTok. Take the best clip out of that video, put it on TikTok, and then advertise the full version on where you can see the full version. And that's going to bring them over to your other channel where you're going to have more content for them to be able to consume if they enjoyed what they saw on TikTok. All right. It's always been my opinion with TikTok when it comes down to this community. All right. When it comes down to promoting investigations or anything of that order, it's always been an advertisement spot to advertise yourself. All right. Yes, it's a great platform. It has multiple people onto it. It's a great way to be able to get seen for a short amount of time. All right. Our content with this community has always been built around more of the long frame. All right. You're talking about like when you go on an investigation, you could be there for 8 hours on end, but when you edit all the video together, you only got like maybe like an hour and a half of useful footage. Right? You can't put an hour and a half on TikTok, but you can do it on YouTube. So you take the best parts of your investigation, the most intense part, clip that, put it on TikTok, and then direct them to see the full version. All right? That's business 101. And that's free, baby. All right. So as it continues on, all right, and this, granted, I took a shot. I took a very blatant shot at them. But at this point, they already knew exactly who I was, what was going on there. So they might as well go ahead and spill the beans on it and just take the shot and give them the uncover the mask of myself and let them know exactly, what was going on. But again, I'll pull up that screenshot here, and basically they start talking about, it being their 2-year, anniversary, coming up. All right, fair enough. Good play. You made it 2 years without, getting canceled and everything. But I took a little shot and asked them, what's it like being on for 2 years and not having the subscriptions and the views to go with it. Okay. It was a very blatant shot at him. I stand behind it. All right. I'm not going to go back on what I said. I said what I said. All right. Now, with that, it got my point across when I said it.
But this is what you do. This is when you start talking about stuff in real life stuff and that. The younger generation are just. It's not. I think I know who that is.
It does starting to look a little familiar, huh?
Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
know who that
it
is.
was looking very
Isn't it?
familiar.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a relation of the old people.
Probably.
Toothless.
Oh, yeah, so he goes to attack my
Yeah, we should
appearance.
probably
All right.
get out the
It's
ears.
not cool.
Somebody's getting a little titsy with this. So.
Yes, somebody's getting tissy in the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so I did my job in the end. I shut him down. Right? And that was the main goal. That was exactly what I wanted to do. I did what I set out to do, and that was to shut him down, to shut the live down. Did what I wanted to. All right. Got him talking. Got them to show their real selves. Now, we come to the end. Right? Now, through this, afterwards, Mr. Dakota reached out to one of the individuals that was not a part of this. I did all of this on my own accord. And if you remember the first message that I showed the screenshot of, and be more than happy to show it again here. Me reaching out to talk one-on-one, not through social media, not through any platforms, not through a video, to talk to straighten things out, to make sure that we stop this, to move forward, and to stop taking shots, and to stop calling us out. Well, Mr. Dakota reached out to the wrong person. Reached out to somebody that wasn't even involved in this situation. All right. Wrote him a very lengthy letter. And I will read a little tidbit off of that situation. I'm not going to read the full thing because not my place. All right. So we will just direct it to pretty much where he talks about me in this situation. So he basically states that I have exhibited previous behavior of trying to twist facts. Now, apparently, photographs have been taken and are stored for evidence should the matter escalate. Buddy, I think we escalated. So, would be love to see how I twisted facts because I have never once twisted any facts in any standpoint whatsoever. And he said he'd be more than happy to present copies to this said other person. All right, where are they? I want to see them. So, with this, instead of coming to me directly with this, he went to somebody else. All right. So, this is kind of some foreshadowing for the next video because in the last video that we looked at there, basically they were talking about their 2-year anniversary and that on April Fools, they were going to post a company announcement. All right, fair play. All right. And that thing is basically he said that he was going to address a truth in that and that we were done. No more. We weren't doing anything more. All right. Fair enough. So during that standpoint, I was like, all right, let's see how this plays out. And you and I, guys, we're gonna go in this together here. I'm gonna show you exactly what he said through this.
Last night's episode of the Bald and Bonkers Show, towards the end. Those of you who've followed us for a while may know that Chris and I did put out a little bit of a notice that some old contacts of ours have started to come out of the woodwork, trying to resurrect something.
I'm not trying to resurrect
And
anything.
we had our suspicions that these individuals may try to cause some trouble. Well, we called it.
We'll say it. Yes, you did call. You called us, and we showed up. It's not our fault that you summoned us. So let's say here, we didn't start the trouble, not whatsoever. 9 days ago is when you started the trouble. All right. 9 days ago, when you took the shot at us and called us crazy stalkers, that's when the trouble started. This all started off of you. We have had no interaction with you since then. I have had no interaction with you since that day that I made that live about 2 years ago. All right. That's it. That has been the most of my conversations with you from there. We have had no interaction since then until I saw that video. All right. Yeah. Let's just go on. Let's just go on.
Now, admittedly, Chris and I did kind of go back on our word to avoid talking about the situation again because, quite frankly, the entire ordeal is about as messed up as breaking it off.
Okay, so he just admitted that he went back on his word about bringing it up. So which is it? Did we start the trouble or did you go back on your word on bringing it up? Because you're mincing your words here, buddy.
With a toxic ass ex significant other. And admittingly, our approach to the ordeal hasn't been the best. The situation was something that a lot of personal emotions got in the way of. And
That's an understatement.
naturally, we could have handled things better.
All right, I need to address something here real quick, and this is what really pees me off. All right, he's talking about something very seriously. You know, this is a very serious topic because it's a lot. You know, it is basically a situation that has escalated past where it should be, and should have never gotten there. Could have been easy just for them to not say anything, but they needed views. So, poof, someone else back in. Now, granted, they may get views out of this. All right. If they do, all right, that's fair enough. This will be the last time. All right. Because this is the last time that I'm going to talk about you guys. I'm going to say my piece and then I'm done. And that's it. But in this situation, it's a very, very serious situation. I've been serious throughout this entire thing for the most part, especially when it comes down to serious topics. So my question is, what's with the accent? I feel like I should have a monocle and a top hat on right now. What's with the accent? All right. Why are you being so dramatic about this? Why are you being so over the top and making it seem like it's a joke? This is not a joke in any aspect whatsoever. This is not a joke. I have never been so serious in my life. And it takes me a lot to get me to this point. You really have to push my buttons. But this whole situation was supposed to be about giving a truth. So let's continue on and see if he stands by his word.
Right. Hindsight is 2020. Hopefully not like the year 2020.
Stupid joke.
So some days it fucking feels like it. And admittingly, it took Chris and I not that long to realize who this individual was.
Took you about
It was
30
rather
minutes
obvious.
to figure out who I was. And that was for my last
One of the main
comment that
reasons
I
why
made.
we wanted to avoid stepping back into those old shoes. Because we had our own little trust issues. And it seemed like this individual was determined to try to set off tempers in order to stir this whole mess around again. So
I will note is, yes, at the end, I did want to stir tempers. That was my goal, was to stir tempers and get them to shut down the live. And it worked. It did work. But generally, the first two parts there, all right, that was not me stirring the pot. That was me generally being a genuine person, asking questions, all right? And then they came in and they acted like that. And that didn't sit well with me. And that's why I got a little bit naughty at the end. Because it's not right. People should be called out for that. They should be, in any aspect. It's like, yes, you should be punished for that. But I'm still waiting to hear the apology and you taking responsibility for starting this. Still haven't seen it yet, but maybe if we go on, we might see a little bit more onto it.
after some careful thought, I reached out to the main individual behind Chris and I's.
You reached out to the wrong
ties.
person.
Try to approach it more diplomatically.
He had nothing to do with it. It was between us, right here, you and me.
Brought the concern up to them. As some of you know from previous broadcasts, some rather serious, very, very serious allegations involving criminal charges are involved. I'm not gonna.
All right, so he goes on to spout a lot of nonsense onto here and bringing up things that should not be brought up, and then ends up going in about making it about himself. So we're going to skip ahead here and just continue forward.
It seemed that this individual had a habit of twisting certain facts and eventually.
Yeah, so this is a point where we get back into the fact of where basically we're just taking shots at me at this point, and still, waiting, you reached out to the wrong person. I said, reach out to me. You and I talk. Why are you talking to this individual over mir when I'm right mir? So, Explain it to me. How am I twisting facts? That was, the whole point of trying to reach out and have a conversation with you. Explain to me how I was twisting facts. Explain to me where I messed up in this situation. So that way I have a chance to apologize and move forward from this situation. But you have yet to do that. I reached out to you and gave you that olive branch to talk to me one-on-one, but you have refused to do that.
Eventually revealed themselves a little later on by attacking yet another channel.
All right, so this is the attack that he's talking about. That right there, me asking for us to talk. That's an attack. Rawr.
It was exactly who we thought it was.
I didn't hide it at the end.
And the mutual decision was reached in writing. So in case anybody decides to try to say
This decision
otherwise,
wasn't made with me. You didn't make that truth with me. We haven't talked yet. I have
call a
not made
truce.
any standpoint with this.
It was all drama. Things were said. People were hurt. Things could have been handled better, but too late to dwell on that now.
Again, with the accent. Over dramatic.
Possible further
No need for it.
collaborations may come forward.
There will
offer
be no
was presented.
collaboration.
It should, and
I will say this right now. There will be no collaborations with you. I will not work with you in any aspect whatsoever. No way. Because we don't need to be associated with people of your stature who only spread misinformation. So that is not going to happen.
it still stands. I'm a man of my word. Should certain aspects of this get cleared up properly.
Then let's clear it up properly.
But
Let's
speaking
talk.
as businessman to businessman, this was the best approach to go about, simply because it wasn't going to look good for anybody.
Right. Yeah. So he goes on, basically say it's not going to look good for anybody. All right. So in this situation here, buddy, I don't see how it's looking bad for us. I don't see it. I see it more looking bad for you. And your whole standpoint is, it really seems like you're more scared to have a one-on-one conversation with me because you know I'm going to call you out and that I'm not going to stand for it. And you got nothing to back yourself up onto it. So I reached out to you before I made this video. I reached out to you on Facebook and asked to have a one-on-one conversation. And what do? You blocked me. You had the chance. There was every single chance out there. I offered every single chance for you and I to talk one-on-one, and you refused to do so. For us to settle this between each other and continue on and move on. You know, businessman to businessman, we could have settled it. But now I get to expose you for what you really are. And that is a manipulative liar. All right. You want to only be able to show one side of the story, and you don't want anybody else to be able to share their side of the story. And you want the clout. You do. You only do it for the clout, and you only do it for the views. So with this is going to be your last opportunity to be able to get any type of clout from me and from us, because that's it. This is done. All right. My offer still stands. If you want to hash this out and you want to talk like grown-ups, then you can reach out to me. All right. Unblock me and reach out to me. And then we can move forward from this. But If you decide to still continue the ways that you are, I will not hesitate to call you out on it if it becomes too much. I'm always watching. Right? And I will say is with this video, right? This is just me exposing two people for what they really are. So anybody that watches this and that supports us as our company is, please do not reach out to these individuals. Do not attack them. I do not condone that in any standpoint whatsoever. Do not go out and harass them in any manner. And I will make a little side note too. Don't try to copyright strike this because everything's been for use. It has been an absolute pleasure, everybody. It is good to be back. It is good to be moving forward. I look forward to all of our future adventures together. With that, much love. If you haven't heard it from anybody today, I love you. I'm proud of you. Stay strong.